Over the past few years, car manufacturers, government bodies, and industry analysts have repeatedly stated that by the mid-2030s, the automotive world will look fundamentally different from anything we recognize today. Executives speak about full electrification. Governments announce ambitious phase-out targets for traditional engines, and investment is being redirected toward battery factories, software platforms, and emerging powertrain technologies. Entire product roadmaps are being rewritten around the idea that 2035 will be a turning point, not just in what powers cars, but in how they are built, sold, and driven. But beyond the headlines and policy announcements, what will the industry actually look like when 2035 arrives? How many cars will still use internal combustion engines? How dominant will electric vehicles really be? What will engines look like, and how will the driving experience evolve? Rather than speculating emotionally about whether this future is good or bad, it makes more sense to examine the regulations already passed, the technologies currently being developed, and the investment patterns shaping the market today. Based on those realities, this is the most realistic projection of what the global car industry will look like in 2035. One of the most impactful recent policy developments relates to the European Union's previously proposed ban on new petrol and diesel cars by 2035. That policy had been a cornerstone of the EU's push towards zero-emission transport, but in late 2025 the European Commission reversed course after intense pressure from national governments and automakers. Rather than a total ban, the EU will now require manufacturers to achieve a 90% reduction in tailpipe emissions compared with 2021, while allowing traditional internal combustion, hybrid and plug-in vehicles to continue to be sold past 2035. The remaining emissions gap is expected to be offset through low-carbon steel, biofuels and synthetic fuels. This revision underscores that combustion engines will still play a role in Europe's automotive mix beyond 2035 under stricter emissions compliance frameworks. China, meanwhile, is accelerating electrification through state-backed industrial planning, domestic battery dominance, and financial incentives that favor electric vehicle adoption. In the United States, while there is no nationwide ban on combustion engine sales, states such as California are aligning with ambitious zero-emission mandates that influence national automaker strategies. Taken together, these policy trends strongly suggest that by 2035, the majority of new vehicles sold globally will be electrified in some form, but with combustion-based powertrains still present in key markets under emissions reduction frameworks. Based on current growth curves and infrastructure expansion, it is realistic to project that by 2035, roughly 60 to 70% of global new car sales will be fully electric, around 20 to 30% will be hybrid or plug-in hybrid, and somewhere between 5 and 15% may remain purely internal combustion, particularly in markets where EV adoption is slower and where flexible emissions rules persist. In China and parts of Europe, electrified powertrains could exceed 80% of new car sales, while the United States may see slower but still substantial adoption, concentrated in urban and coastal regions with stronger charging infrastructure. It is important to distinguish new sales from total vehicles on the road because millions of combustion vehicles sold prior to 2035 will remain operational for years afterward, meaning the transition will occur gradually rather than overnight. For the internal combustion engines that do continue to be sold, the technology will look very different from that of earlier decades. Large naturally aspirated engines will become rare outside niche high-performance applications, while most remaining combustion units will be smaller, turbocharged and optimized for emissions compliance through advanced hybridization. Systems that pair high-efficiency combustion cycles with electric drive will become far more common, enabling compliance with stringent emissions targets while preserving practical range and flexibility. Synthetic fuels and biofuel blends may offer additional pathways to reduce life cycle emissions for combustion powertrains, although cost and scalability challenges remain significant. Electric powertrains, on the other hand, will continue advancing in voltage architecture, thermal management, and battery chemistry. Higher voltage systems already seen in models such as the Porsche Taycan and Hyundai Ioniq 5N demonstrate the benefits of faster charging, reduced heat generation, and improved performance. Under optimal charging infrastructure conditions, it is plausible that future EVs will achieve 80% charge in 10 to 15 minutes, significantly reducing one of the primary barriers to adoption. Battery energy density is also expected to improve steadily, allowing longer range without proportionally increasing vehicle weight. Solid-state batteries may enter limited production in premium segments by 2035, although widespread global rollout across all market tiers is unlikely within that timeframe due to manufacturing complexity and cost. One of the most transformative changes by 2035 will not be mechanical, but digital. Vehicles are increasingly transitioning to centralized computing architectures rather than relying on dozens of independent control units. Over-the-air software updates, remote feature upgrades, and subscription-based functionality are becoming common industry tools for differentiation and longevity. Automakers will rely heavily on integrated operating systems that manage everything from power delivery and driver assistance systems to infotainment and efficiency optimization, blurring the line between car and computer. Autonomous driving capability will also progress incrementally. By 2035, Level 3 autonomy, where hands-off driving is possible under specific highway conditions, will likely be widespread in mid-range and premium vehicles. Level 4 autonomy may exist within limited geofenced urban environments, but full universal autonomy across all roads and conditions remains unlikely due to regulatory, infrastructural, and technical challenges. For many drivers, commuting may increasingly involve assisted or partially automated travel, while manual control remains available for situations where drivers prefer direct engagement. The structure of the automotive industry itself will also shift. Battery production will be strategically critical, and Chinese manufacturers such as BYD and battery producer CATL already hold significant influence over global supply chains. European and American manufacturers are investing in domestic battery production facilities to reduce reliance on imported cells and to secure long-term supply stability. Consolidation among legacy manufacturers may continue, and direct-to-consumer sales models could expand further, reshaping traditional dealership networks. Vertical integration in battery, power electronics, and software development will likely become a defining competitive advantage. In terms of driving experience, mainstream vehicles in 2035 will prioritize smooth electric torque delivery, reduced cabin noise, and advanced driver assistance features. Interiors may become increasingly screen-dominated, with fewer physical controls and greater reliance on digital interfaces. Steer-by-wire systems could become more common, replacing mechanical linkages with electronic control for packaging and efficiency benefits. While manual transmissions will be rare outside specialized enthusiast vehicles, performance-focused electric cars will continue evolving torque vectoring, adaptive suspension systems, and engineered feedback dynamics designed to preserve engagement in a new technological form. By 2035, the global car industry will be predominantly electric in new vehicle sales, heavily software-driven and shaped by emissions reduction policy in ways that allow combustion engines to remain present, though far less dominant. The most significant transformation will not simply be the replacement of fuel tanks with battery packs, but the broader transition from mechanical engineering dominance toward battery chemistry, power electronics, and integrated software architecture as the defining pillars of automotive innovation. And that transition is not distant or theoretical, because it is already underway.